Hey guys, Frizzy Brony here, and we are back. The hiatus is done for the American schedule, which is the one I am following. So we've got a new episode 14 of Season 9, The Last Laugh. And I've got to say, coming back into the series after the hiatus, that episode probably was a little bit of the weaker ones that you could have gone with. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Pinky episodes, and I like Cheese Sandwich. Was not expecting him back, in that episode at least. Kinda knew something was up with the title, but I was wondering if it was going to be the villains again. Give us a bit more story on them, and playing off of he who laughs last laughs hardest. Normally something said by a villain, same as revenge is a dish best served cold and all that sort of stuff. But let's get into the episode. I enjoyed it. It was a fun romp. And it pretty much followed all the beats that you can expect it to when it comes to Pinkie Pie. As yes, it is a Pinky episode, and we find this out right from the get-go as Rainbow Dash is rushing to the palace. The palace in Ponyville, not the Cantaloupe one, since we've been going between palaces a lot this season. And we see that Pinkie Pie has called an emergency meeting. A meeting that she herself has not actually turned up for.
I said to get here right away.
She sure had a burr in her britches about
Burr. Or so we think.
So where is
Burr.
she? Yeah. What is taking her so long?
What is the deal with Pinkie Pie?
So we find out the reason that Pinkie has assembled the group is because she's going through essentially a midlife crisis. She feels as if she doesn't have a place. That all the other members of the main six have found their vocation, gone through their lives, and found what they wanted to do. I mean, from the first one, she points out Rainbow Dash wanted to be a Wonderbolt. She finally is. Rarity has a chain of successful boutiques. Twilight is going to rule Equestria. And Applejack...
Applejack has that hat. And the farm.
Your life's goals. She has the hat. She has her hat. Yes, the greatest thing in life. After all, it's not where you are, it's where you're at. Wordplay. That'll come back later on in this episode.
Got Cheese's invite. I was a little...
Why are you eating porcelain?
Like, even he was moving on to bigger and better things. And every pony was leaving me behind.
So we see things progress. She's having a bit of a midlife crisis about not having her life goal. But she's also had an invitation from Cheese Sandwich, which works out perfectly. As you know, those two have the fierce rivalry of being the best party pony. And apparently, he has a brand new factory that he's been working at to spread laughter across all of Equestria.
Cheese Sandwich Amusement Factory.
Cheese
Ooh.
Sandwich opened a factory?
Oh, I forgot he had wings and he could
Rubber
fly.
chickens?
Oh, so cute.
And so, she decides to take a little bit of a trip to go and see him so that he can help her. That's her logic through this. And yes, when we talk about an eccentric man of musical talent and mirth making with a factory, I'm sure your mind jumped to the exact same place mine did.
Hardly seems the factory type. I just
No.
thought he'd continue to walk
No.
around and throwing parties.
Please tell me they're going Willy Wonka now.
Excited to see him. I am.
Yes! Cheese Sandwich's Willy Wonka is perfect. He is the pure successor to Gene Wilder.
What did you say?
We never actually find out where the factory is. We kind of just dissolve wipe from Pinky in the castle to her outside the gates of the factory. And given the colour scheme and just the general way the poster lazily falls, we get the idea that not everything may be as it seems. And we get to the front, and Pinky finds it a little bit difficult to gain entry at first. It is! Yay!
Can we help you?
You sure can. I'm here to see Cheese Sandwich.
Cheese Sandwich doesn't see any pony.
This factory is shut tight. No pony ever comes out and no pony ever goes in, including you.
Although after she shows them the half-eaten porcelain invite, she's let in with no problem. And that is where, well, that's where the wonkiness starts.
Cheese, I'm so happy to see you.
That's not him.
This should have gotten a big laugh.
So we meet Slugworth, or Sans Smirk as he is known in this, which, apart from the whole his name is Sans, which yes, I did make that joke as well. It's kind of funny that his name technically goes as Without a Smirk. And he works at a joke factory. So we're off to a good start. And we seem to get a little bit of a guided tour of the factory. The grand tour. Although the inside is rather disappointing.
Dedicated to gags. I bet this is the funnest place ever.
Don't care how I'm laughing now. It's not an actual
Maybe the
Willy
funnest
Wonka
spot
type
around
factory.
all this
Damn it!
looking factory stuff.
Damn it!
So we see Pinky do what she does best and give them advice on how they can improve jokes, new idea, new material, and quickly gains the approval of Sans Smirk and the rest of the factory workers. So much so that he says it's time to go and see Cheese Sandwich, or Mr. Sandwich as he is known. And that's where... something I wasn't expecting from this episode.
No.
Hello?
Pinky, I'm glad you came.
Oh my god, that voice!
Your factory is big. It really
That's the
is
voice Sombra should have had!
perfect since I came here for help.
That is perfect. I knew I could count on you to help me.
Has he turned into Steve Jobs?
I guess it was kind of obvious to tell it was going to go there, but right from the get-go, when he went in there and he just had the whole Pinky, the low voice kind of threw me off, and I loved it in every way that I wasn't expecting. We see that Cheese Sandwich has become a shell of his former self. In fact, he has a rather awesome tied-back hairstyle.
Oh my god, he has his hair like mine.
It's not a funny one.
If I tie my hair back.
It's not a joke.
Oh, that's cool.
And even if it was, I wouldn't be able to laugh at it.
That's kind of awesome.
You know, I thought I recognized the hairstyle from somewhere. It's nice to see that others adopt it, though. Although I always hate the way I look without having my hair fully fluffy, so we're gonna get rid of that hairband. Ow! Ah! That was painful.
Delicious canned peanut brittle.
Ow.
Wow. You did lose your laugh.
He's turned into Maud.
So we see that Cheese Sandwich has kind of lost his way a little bit. He went around spreading mirth and merriment to the ponies of Equestria, and thought that starting this factory was the best way to expand that to everyone. And it turns out that over the years, or however long he's had it, it's ground down a little bit, and he's eventually lost his laugh, which for Cheese Sandwich is kind of upsetting to see, you know?
I haven't left the factory since. I don't want any pony to see me like this.
Aww.
I mean, look at me.
I mean, even Boneless has turned his back on him, for God's sake.
So, can you help me, Pinky? What do you think?
So now comes the part of the episode where we have the montage, the trying to resolve things, but we're only halfway through, so you know they're not going to work. Pinky taking him around with Sans, and they tried to make him laugh again, with new jokes, new material, even reinvigorating him in his own workspace. But to no avail.
How about some pie?
I like how it seems that Cheese is just giving up on life even more.
Masterful.
So we see that Cheese basically decides it's time to shut the factory. Maybe this wasn't the best idea. He just doesn't know what to do. If Pinky can't help, nobody can. And so we have the sad moment where Pinky has to be turned away.
Yes. In our early days, nothing brought Mr. Sandwich more pleasure than seeing the laughter his gags brought to Pony's first hoof.
Guess it's back to the drawing board.
Well, there
We've
will
already
always
found
be
the
things
resolution
that
to the
you
conflict.
change your mind.
We may have stumbled upon something there, and a rather easy solution. I mean, I'm not saying that these have to be Orson Welles levels of complexity, but, you know, we basically have the fact that he used to make people laugh in person, now he doesn't do that. So what are we gonna do? Well, we go back to his office, and now it's time to make him laugh.
Why did Boneless 2 cross the road? To prove to Boneless 1 he wasn't a chicken.
Very funny, sir. Excellent joke. Oh, I mean, ha.
Really?
Sorry, not much of a laugher.
Yeah, Sans probably wasn't the best one to try and make him laugh with. However, by using a simple goof, we may have found that spark of inspiration.
I appreciate what you're doing, but I think it's a cost loss. A lost cause. What was that?
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, but when you swapped the letters of those words, it was just a bit...
Funny?
Oh no, serial killer mode.
Now I'm gonna say that I am actually kind of used to doing this. One little trick I do, just to see if I can catch people off guard, is if we've ever got to do something by 50-50, I will say, do you want to do a coin toss? A coin toss will always solve everything, and people, I'll see if they twig on that one. So seeing a cost laws kind of made me laugh and think of the coin toss. See, I flop between them. It's weird. When I want to intentionally say it wrong, I can't. But we see that a little bit of wordplay seems to be the solution, and we get a Weird Al song. I was going to say a cheese sandwich song, which technically is correct, but we know that it's a Weird Al song. And oh my days, it is marvelous.
If you want laughter, then stick with cheese.
Also, he's turned Willy Wonka. He's turned Willy Wonka. I knew it.
So we see he's happy and the problem has been resolved. He just needed to get back into the thrill of things and actually make people laugh face to face and in person, like a true comedian. And so it seems that the day is saved at least. But where does that leave the factory? And does that mean that Pinky's gonna take over?
And that's the turn for the books.
I think I'm good. And then I said goodbye, and then I came here.
Nah, of course it doesn't. She just goes back to the castle and tells the girls all about her adventure. And a little bit of a cop-out, she decides that her life goal is helping other people. Similar to the Cutie Mark Crusaders really, but rather than finding the cutie mark, it's just helping them solve their problems and making them smile, which is what she's been doing all along. So, problem solved. That's the episode. It ends right there. No kind of resolution of such. It's just a case of, I'm back where I started, but now I'm more confident in myself. And there's no real cliffhanger or indication to anything else to come. Cheese Sandwich has just gone off, so we're never going to see him again. Ah, well. So yeah, I don't know where I rank this episode. I've got to say, I enjoyed it. I was smiling all the way through purely for Cheese Sandwich and Weird Al. But Weird Al does an episode not make. There was no real structure or substance to this episode. Structure was formulaic, I shouldn't say that one, but substance is what I meant. Because right from the start, when we had Cheese Sandwich having a factory and Pinky was invited with a golden cupcake or a yellow cupcake, but it was near enough golden, you knew this was going to be borrowing so many beats and references from Willy Wonka. Now I'm glad that it didn't go full one-to-one rip-off of there were 5 other people there at the same time, mishaps ensued. But the fact that it did borrow a lot, you could tell that things were pretty much going to go the way that you thought they were going to. The song was very catchy. In fact, I'll probably go back a couple times. And when it broke down, rather than the Weird Al polka accordion solo part, and it went to more of the 80s power ballad, I really liked that. The chord progression there was fantastic. And just the mood and the feel of it. It was so nice. But there have been so many other good songs that have been thrown in here on episodes that actually had continuity within the season, rather than being one-offs that could go anywhere. So, I've got to say, not a good way to come back into it. It's nice to have Tony's back, but I wish we had a stronger episode focusing on the main story at least, or we had something that the fans have been asking for a long time. Not that the fans haven't been asking for more Cheese Sandwich, because I know you have your fix of sandwiches. But all in all, out of 10, I've got to give this one... I want to say I want to give it a 5, but there have been so many episodes that I think inch better than it. I'm not saying the episode's bad, but I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 10. It's not the best, by no means the worst, but I'm looking forward to next week's episode. I haven't actually checked the title of it, so I have no idea what it's going to be. All I know is on Saturday I'll find out, Sunday I'll download it, and at some point I'll record one of these. But yeah, let me know what you thought about the episode. Let me know if there were any things that you noticed that I missed. If there was a Derpy cameo in the background that I didn't see, because I really didn't see, and I was hoping that she would pop up. Because, I mean, come on, you know, in a Willy Wonka situation, Derpy is going to be the actual Charlie Bucket. Pinky is more the Mike TV. Hands down. Let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe. Share the video around. And also keep an eye out for the GalaCon vlogs that are going to be going up. I know they're coming up a bit late, but you can tell that I'm a little bit shiny. And that's because outside right now, it's 40 degrees Celsius. And the time currently, if I look on the clock, is 9:15 in the evening. So it's been a little bit too warm to find the motivation to do things. But I want to get them out. I want to get back into the flow of things, so we're going to try our best. Until next time, guys, wherever you are, hope you have a great time. And until the next video, bye-bye.
Pinky.
Stop eating porcelain!
Edible?
That tastes painful. My teeth hurt physically watching you do that. There is no life I know to compare with my imagination.
You have an invitation?
Well, why didn't you say so?
I've got a golden cupcake. I've got a golden cupcake.
Let's try taking the nostril flare down 10%. Thoughts?
I have a thought.
So, but the sound comes from you. We could call it the ventriloquy.
Actually,
Which way?
no, her eyes are blue.
Right, of course.
The cream-coloured pony there
A while.
seems very similar to the GalaCon mascot,
Comic
but
inspiration like this.
that might be because I've just come back from it. Oh, that sounded painful. Okay. Weird Al concerned. I'm doing it now. Weird Al confirmed for Persona 5. Sans.
And you don't sound so
I mean
worried about
sans.
your life's purpose anymore.
Say it with me now. Sans, not sans.
We
They call him cheese sandwich.
feel fulfilled. I already
Cheese sandwich.
I like your rice peanut brittle.
Several ponies are dead. Well, that was an episode.